Hello, my name is Faceman. I am a musician turned senior corporate executive, and in my channel, I share wisdom and experience of my life with you. So today, let's talk about car, right? If you're sitting on the fence, if you should get a Tesla, and got 7 things that you need to think about before you, if you're still sitting on the fence and you cannot decide, and maybe my experience will be helpful to you. I've been driving the Model 3 for a little bit over 1 year, and I enjoyed it. It's a great vehicle, and I wasn't typically a car guy, but since I've driven a Tesla, everything has totally changed. So here are the things to think about if you want to make the change from the ICE, internal combustion engine vehicles, to EVs, and more specifically Tesla. I think this will be helpful. Number one, if you love minimalism, I'm a minimalist. I find myself to enjoy and adopt this minimalistic approach to life, right? In the way I think, in the way I consume and purchase things, in the way I work. I love to strip away all the unnecessaries and to find the essence of everything. And somehow, I think Tesla in this design of the vehicle is adopting the same philosophy in the way the interior is laid out, in the way you interact and control with a vehicle. Right? Let me show you. So when you get a Tesla, what you have is basically a gigantic iPad, a steering wheel, and 4 chairs, of course, and that's about it, right? And I love the beauty of that because there's not much of the items or buttons or switches you have, like versus the conventional cars, especially these like German luxury cars. It's all over the place. Many things that could distract you, and some people might love that. Some people might love all the embellishments, luxury leather and all the fancy controls you have. I love the Tesla's approach because it allows you to focus on the sheer pleasure of driving, and everything is sort of like goes back to this computer, and this gigantic iPad will just allow you to control the vehicle through touch, right? And that's good for that because it's less distracting, I would say, to drive a Tesla. Number two, you love low maintenance. Since I've gotten this car, I've been driving for a little bit over 1 year, and I only went to the Tesla service shop for the one time and to replace the small battery. And the battery has been serving for a little bit over 4 years. I think it was about the time. And since the car was in warranty, so Tesla paid for it. So on top of that, I didn't pay any maintenance fee of this vehicle. It's really low maintenance. Unlike the conventional ICE car, right, internal combustion engine vehicles, and there are so many things that you need to replace and check, all the oils, all the components and everything. I remember I have this Toyota RAV4, and I would need to go to the service shop for every 6 months or every 10,000 kilometers, and I would spend half a day over there and just check out the entire vehicles, and they would tell me, hey, you need to change this, change that, change this, and change that, right? Especially all the oils and all the other replaceable components. But the EVs and Teslas, they're much simpler vehicles. They're actually not much of the stuff to change. And going down the road, I could imagine 2 key changes, which will be costly. I think number one would be the wheels, right? Because the EVs are generally much heavier, but but that much of the big difference, I could imagine like 10% weight differences. So some people say that the wheels could wear out a little bit much frequently, but I also heard some drivers said they didn't feel much of a difference compared to the ICE cars they've driven. And I was thinking maybe the wheels will be a big expense, but just like any ICE cars, they also need to change the wheels, right? And also the brake disc, just like the conventional cars. But for Tesla, since most of us are driving in the one pedal mode, so all the braking comes from the recovery of the momentum of the vehicle. So that will dramatically reduce the frequency and the need to replacing the braking discs. So I think these are the two main maintenance items that come to mind. I couldn't think of any other things as for now. So if you have other items, remind me and just let me know. Number 3, if you are nerdy. I remember I was probably one of the youngest kids in my neighborhood and in my peers to get the personal computer. That was like 30 years ago, and in my elementary school. And I find myself to be fascinated by technology, especially it started from personal computers, and then the mobile age and all the technical gadgets, the newest toys for men or for nerds. I find myself fascinated by that. And I think Tesla is a product of technology. It is something that keeps evolving, it keeps growing. It's a different car every time you got an upgrade, an OTA, and the car feels like it's moving and growing with you. So that's why if you're nerdy like me and you enjoy seeing new functionalities, newer stuff, and newer experience of driving a Tesla or a vehicle you have, then definitely get a Tesla, right? I remember before, when I had the ICE, I had a Toyota RAV4, and the car was basically the same car the first day I bought it and the day I sold it. It was just the same car over the 6 years. And of course, once you get the new vehicle, you have this excitement, right? Yes, the first couple of months in a RAV4, you just drive all the way, and every day you kind of enjoy the car. But the excitement wears off very quickly. Past like 3 to 4 months, you find driving the car like a very, very mundane task, and the car becomes a means to the end, just taking you from point A to point B. But not for Tesla. For example, I sometimes go on this business trip, and I find myself to thinking about and wanting to come back to my Tesla to drive it again, because I know it is such a fun car to drive, and the car is just learning and evolving, and it's very a nerdy thing, because you're excited hey, what's Tesla the next update could give to me, right? What functionalities, what new stuff you could be excited about. So that's why if you're nerdy, and you can get a Tesla. Number 4, you love to use your car as your mobile home and your mobile office. Sometimes we car camp in this vehicle, and since it's running electric and we can turn on the AC to have a good night, we can sleep in the car, and it's very good, especially in a very hot climate and weather here in Taiwan. The car camping in a EV, and specifically in Tesla, is really enjoyable. And also, I'm 175 centimeters tall, so for me, not much of a problem for me to lay down and sleep in the back of the vehicle. This is a Model 3. This is not the largest Tesla, but it works for me and works more for me and my wife. And we found car camping in this car is acceptable. It's great. And so sometimes we treat it as a mobile home. And also I have my laptop over there, so so whenever I need to sit down and do some office corporate job work, and I would just park the car alongside the road and just start working, or when I'm shooting my YouTube video, or editing my video, I just use this car. All time the AC is on. This is really comfortable. When I had the ICE, I was kind of hesitant to switch on the AC, because in the conventional car, you need to make the engine running, right? And it will produce all the pollution, all the smells, just to keep the AC running. And in terms of having the AC, in the electric vehicle, the AC is actually more cost efficient for you to turn the AC on, because it's running on electricity. And also with this gigantic iPad, you could enjoy Netflix, or you could enjoy YouTube, where you are out and about. You find a very perfect space, perfect spot. You just park there and just grab a coffee, grab some snacks and just enjoy some entertainment here in the EV. And especially in Taiwan, Tesla offers you free internet connection to every Tesla vehicles here in Taiwan, so you don't need to pay all the internet broadband fee, which is awesome. So it feels like a mobile home with always the internet connectivity. Number 5, if you are lazy, I think sometimes people underestimate the beauty of not having to carry your keys or key fobs when you need to approach and use your car, right? For Tesla, everything is controlled with a mobile phone, and you can precondition the AC. So when you approach the vehicle, it's very cool, it's a very comfortable environment. So let me show you for Tesla. Basically, you control your vehicle through this app, and all you have to do is just carry your phone, and then you approach the vehicle, and then the car will unlock automatically, and the car knows it's you, and the car will set the seat just for your personal settings, which is awesome. So it is such a relief as a minimalist. I don't need to carry even just a key fob or even car keys, right? And even you don't need to press anything. You just approach your vehicle and the vehicle knows you coming in. And that's the beauty of it. Number 6, if you love driving. Well, I might not be the most qualified guy to talk about that, because before getting an EV, I wasn't really interested in vehicles, especially when my friends or the boys are talking about luxury cars, how the engine is great, how the car maneuvers and drives like a beast and something like that. I wasn't really interested. I used the car just like a tool. I used to think of that, and I just drive for the purpose from getting point A to point B, right? But since I've gotten a Tesla, driving has a new meaning to me. And of course, I have limited experience driving the conventional vehicles, mostly Toyotas. But I think driving an EV got you a very different kind of vibe and feelings, especially how the vehicle reacts to your request. Let me be clear on that. For example, if you're driving a ICE, combustion engine vehicles, and the car, once you need some power for acceleration or passing a vehicle, and the moment you hear the sound, the engine roars, and until the power comes through the engine to you through the wheels, there's a tight gap, right? So you would just feel like the vehicle sometimes is trying to catching up with you. But for Tesla, it's totally different. For EVs, more generally speaking, once you need a power, you press the pedal, and the power is just like coming immediately to you. So it gives you more responsiveness. It gives you more some kind of like a support whenever you need to do a maneuver. And generally in the Tesla, my experience that the car is pretty stable. It's very sporty car, and it can just talk about the acceleration, right? It's everywhere on YouTube, so maybe you already know that. So Tesla accelerates like beast, very fast, and I enjoy that, even though I'm not a fast driver. But whenever I needed to have a little bit boost, the vehicle was able to support you with that demand. And the other thing is that how stable the vehicle drives and how it feels like a moving object. I don't know. It's very difficult to describe the difference, but you would definitely tell. Even a guy like me who wasn't really a car guy, I could tell the big difference switching from the conventional car to a Tesla. The driving becomes more pleasurable. I didn't used to drive for fun. I drive for a purpose when I have the conventional car, but I just find myself and my wife would just say, hey, let's drive somewhere else, just for the sheer joy of driving an EV or a Tesla. The kind of driving feeling, the control you have, the power you have, and the sense of stability driving this vehicle is just making me drive a little bit more, even though I'm not a car enthusiast. Number 7, if you carry a lot of stuff, right? Teslas are known for the gigantic storage space they offer you. So if you have a big family, you have things, your hobbies, your tools, or you need to carry it, you treat it as a workhorse, or you just like go camping, I think the car can support you on that because all the space you have. So let me just show you. This is the trunk of my car. See, on the back there's plenty of rooms in here, so I place my gym bag here and portable table in here whenever I need to go some picnics. I just carry this portable and foldable table and some random stuff. And in here below it gives you more storage space. So here I place our portable chairs for camping, for sightseeing, for enjoyment of the outdoors space, and some camping mat and a shopping bag and so on. So it is really deep. So imagine some people even put a refrigerator here. And on the sides here, this small compartment space, I place some my water jug and charging adapter. So that's only the back. Let me show you the front. So at the front you also got plenty of space to use. So here I have some cloth to wipe the car clean sometimes, and 2 foldable tables. I mentioned these in the other videos, so we got 2, so we can make the car instantly become an office or a restaurant, because these are foldable tables for internal use. And you can put a pair of sneakers or shoes when you need to go on jogging or just go into the gym. So there's plenty of space for storage, which is awesome. Alright, so these are the 7 things to think about if you are considering switching or getting a Tesla. Overall, we love this vehicle. It is fun to drive. We love the design. We love the feeling that the car is constantly evolving like a new car. Even though it's still 4-year-old, but it still drives like a new car. It's low maintenance. It is minimalistic, which I appreciate. And the overall impressions is kind of the reason that we decided to place the order for the newer Model 3 refresh version, which is only made available here in Taiwan in mid-June. And my car is floating on the sea. It is arriving by mid-September, and I'm really excited and I will make video to share with you about the newer Model 3. And we're also keeping this older vehicle for my wife. She will be the main driver of it. Both of us love Tesla, and since we switch on, we got the first Tesla, the second, the third, maybe we'll continue to get Tesla unless we see other better competitors catching up. By the way, this video is not sponsored. We're just an amateur car driver, and we just want to share with you what we think about Tesla, and hopefully this will be helpful to you. Then until next time, I'll see you. My name is Spaceman. Bye.